All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back on the fight front once again. I just wanted to do a little TUF finale post-fight video on the featherweight fight between Pannie Kianzad and Macy Chiasson. First of all, I just gotta say, man, this is what happens when you underestimate raw talent sometimes, man. I mean, Macy Chiasson, she may came in just a 2-0. Now she's 3-0, but she's definitely a fighter. I feel like, she can go in there without a specific game plan, and she's going to find a way to win whatever the situation. Because, right now at 2-0, she's still learning, but, it's like on the job learning for her. And at the same time, she has that determination to find any way to win. And she does that by, exposing little weaknesses in all the fighters she's been fighting. If something works, she sticks with it and then, takes her opponent out. If they're not capitalizing on, her, the mistakes she's making, which, we see, we see the mistakes she's making, but if the other fighter's not willing to capitalize on that, she keeps going with, the flow, so why change it? But going into it, man, I actually picked Pannie to win this fight, for the very reason I felt that she was more experienced and she would have been able to handle, I felt like, the different looks that Macy was going to give her because, Macy hasn't seen as many looks as her. Again, she's only 2-0, so it was Pannie's job to use her IQ and her experience. But looking at the fight from round one, Macy Chiasson, very awkward. She was able to wade in there, kind of closing that distance on Pannie. She was closing Pannie's range with some looping strikes and just coming straight in, right into her chest, trying to keep her from getting any striking done. She was right in her striking in her boxing range, so Pannie couldn't really keep that distance. And I think it kind of threw her off her game because right in that opening couple minutes, Pannie tried to go in for a takedown, which I didn't think was smart because it was kind of telegraphed. So right then, Macy was able to clinch with her just like she wanted to, and she got Pannie to the fence. Pannie tried to reverse it, but Macy was just too big and too long. Like every time she tried to, like, she would just kind of stretch her legs out longer and kind of press her harder. But when she did, like, try to switch it up, Pannie would just get reversed right back onto the fence again, and Macy was able to land some big knees on her. And then, Pannie was really under pressure on the fence and wasn't really thinking of trying to slide out, it seemed like. She didn't try to slide back out to the center of the octagon, or maybe just the strength and the pressure was too much for her that she couldn't slide out. But, Pannie made it out at the last minute, and, then she went back to striking for like 10 seconds. And then she shot in for another takedown again, and Macy was able to, get right on her back and get on her back and then hold Pannie to the ground and almost was able to submit her with the rear naked choke in like the last 15 seconds. But, Pannie was able to keep her chin down and survive that first round, man. But going into round two, Macy was able to do the same thing. She waded in again behind a few strikes, making it hard for Pannie to really get her rhythm going. And, she got her in the clinch again against the fence. This time Pannie was able to reverse the clinch, but instead of slipping out, get back to the center of the ring, she stayed in the clinch. And, she stayed in that range, man. She should have got some breathing room just to kind of see what Macy had to offer. Get some room out, put some, put some feet between y'all, just so you can see what's going on. But, again, she got out of that second clinch, but Pannie, again, Macy's able to close the distance on her quick. And she lands a big overhand elbow, followed by a knee and a kick, and then this big right hand that almost knocks Pannie out. And I thought Pannie was out because she was laying on her back, but, Chiasson kind of dove in to try to finish her off, but, Pannie was able to get that, like, triangle lock on her Macy's arm. And then she was real quick. Pannie slipped and it was on her belly and almost got the arm bar, man. But Macy, she kept cool. She kept cool, and real quick she slipped the arm out and got on Pannie's back. And right there, man, she had like 2 minutes to work with. So I can tell she already kind of gassed Pannie a little bit with all the pressure she was, putting on her in the first round. She got her arm right up under that neck this time, man, and slid it right under place. And she was able to submit Pannie in the second round, man. Macy just has this kind of awkwardness and size that she really uses to her advantage. Even if she's not going to fight long, when she gets in there, she has the strength to kind of make up for it. And instead of trying to use that reach from the outside, she uses those long knees on the inside, and she uses her length on the ground too. She's able to wrap her opponent up, almost like a praying mantis or something. She's able to wrap her opponent up on the ground, use those legs well. Pannie, to me, she really needed to make this a striking match. You know, oddly enough, I felt like her striking from the outside would have been better, even though she was the shorter fighter. You know, it would have been something she could have utilized. But again, Macy just saw some holes in the game and was able to expose that, man, just with that different look she gave her by wading in like that. But overall, it was just a good fight. You know, the rightful, you know, it was just like a may the best man win type of thing. You know, the fighter who was really determined won. You know, now at 3-0, Macy's looking to call out Cyborg, which I like, you know, but she's not ready for that fight. I like the energy, though, so keep calling her out and shoot for that goal. But right now, you know, she needs to go in there with a few more featherweights just to build her name up. You know, the more she builds her name and experience up, it'll definitely, you know, put her on the map as somebody people will say is a potential for Cyborg. But, you know, get Felicia Spencer, Pam Sorensen, you know, some tough ladies like that, or the Megan Anderson, Kat Zingano winner. Maybe Amanda Nunes, you know, if she, whether or not she wins or loses to Cyborg, Amanda Nunes would be interesting, maybe down the line. But until then, you know, maybe a Leah Letson rematch, you know, that would be interesting. But yeah, man, overall, she's just like I said, raw talent. She knows how to kind of capitalize on other fighters' mistakes, and you know, that's important. That's important at her level right now, because she doesn't have the experience these other fighters have. So what she needs to do is just keep, you know, exposing the other fighters with their little holes, you know, and keep doing what she's doing, and stick with whatever's working. But Pannie, man, I like to see her maybe move down to bantamweight. You know, that division is in need of some more ladies there right now, because it seems like so many of them are off or retired or out on injuries. So maybe if she moves down to bantamweight, that would be a wise decision, because I feel like the pressure and the strength of the bigger featherweights is going to be hard for her, especially if she's not able to fight from the outside, you know. So maybe she might want to stick with bantamweight. But if she does stick with featherweight, you know, she's going to have to, you know, use that IQ. She's going to have to use that IQ and that boxing skill and striking skill, man. But overall, good fight. You know, also saw Roosevelt Roberts. You know, he's a new prospect. He was like 6-0. He improved to 7-0. He had a good fight against a veteran there. Mo Green, you know, Mo Green was acting up on the TUF show, but he bounced back with a solid submission win. Yeah, overall, just a good show. And yeah, going back to Macy and Pannie, you know, I just like to say, you know, they both put on a good performance. They both deserve to the spots that they won. They both earned it. But yeah, man, let me know what you want to see Macy do next. Is she a legit opponent for Cyborg? Is she or a potential threat for her? And what do you want to see Pannie do next? Yeah, but yeah, that's all I got on this one. Make sure y'all subscribe. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Peace.